Hello, and welcome to the tutorial for the Next Generation Project Charter. In this tutorial, I'm going to walk you through the Next Generation document Excel file, field by field. What you see before you is a charter document template already pre-filled with some sample information. The first thing you're going to notice is that the template has 4 worksheets: User Guide Worksheet, Charter Worksheet, Timeline Worksheet, and Register Worksheet. By default, the Charter template will have these 4 worksheets. At any time, please do not rename any of these worksheets because the macros enabled inside the document will only function correctly if the by default names of these worksheets remain the same. User Guide. The purpose of the User Guide is to ensure that this charter document serves as a useful, accessible project management tool. The User Guide provides the descriptions to any fields and provides the help that you may need in filling out this document. If at any time you require any assistance or an explanation to the field that you're selecting, please refer to the User Guide. Charter Worksheet. I'm going to walk you through field by field on each of the different options when filling out the Charter Worksheet. First thing you're going to notice are 3 push buttons at the bottom of the worksheet. The 2 to the right, Disable and Enable help boxes, will allow the user to disengage and disable the help boxes that pop up whenever you select the field. For instance, I'm going to select the description field and you will see this help box emerges. By default, all templates have help boxes enabled. At any time you can disable. In this example, I'm going to leave the help boxes enabled. At the end of going through each of the fields, I'm going to walk you through this menu macro button to show you what's inside. Okay, the way this is designed is you're going to notice that everything's kind of grouped together by like fields. All the fields that are people related are in the bottom left quadrant here. All the fields that are related to RDMIS are in the top right quadrant here. First field we're going to go over is the project title. The project title, in concert with the project number, serves as the one key field for identifying the substance of the project in a singular summary reference. The title should be short and definitive. Please do not include suffixes or prefixes in the title, and smart titles are acceptable. This field is limited character length of 100 characters. Portfolio group. Please select from CAN, Auto, Specialty, Multi-Metal Processing, Rolling and Finishing, Lubrication, or Technical Assistance. You must select one of these options. This field is required. You will see this field has a pull down that you can select here to the right that offers you a selection of those options. We have chosen Auto. Program group. Please enter the appropriate program group. However, this field is not required. If your portfolio has a program group assigned, or you have one created for this project, this is where you would enter it. This may not be applicable to all projects. Project priority, it's either going to be 1, 2, or 3. Project priority 1 being the highest priority, and project priority 3 being the lowest priority. Project classification, by standard default, all project templates come as project standard by default. Project classification basically describes which review is this project under. Most of the projects in the portfolio are not under review and by default are standard. If a project is flagged for review, the review will be selected. Each option is not mutually exclusive. Project may be under company critical review, as well as recycling review, as well as watch list. Please refer to the user guide for explanation of each of these options. Project owner. The project owner represents the stakeholders. The owner assures that the team delivers value to the business. This definition is based off of Lean project management, and you must select a name to populate this field. This person may also be the global technology director. Does not have to be. Could also be a senior member of the relevant commercial organization. Global Technology Director. This field is also required. The last four in this quadrant, Project Sponsor, Program Manager, Project Leader, and Technical Leader, all have a pop-up box that comes up that allows you to populate these fields. For an explanation about each of these names, please refer to the user guide for a detailed description. You may populate the fields directly or through the help option that comes up. Project Sponsor. You are given the choice of entering 3 names. However, in this choice, you must at least enter one name. You can enter the name in to this field here or directly into the cell after you cancel this out. This field is required, and this person may also be the Global Technology Director. You may have more than one. Program Manager. This person is not required for the project. Program Manager is part of the Program Management team, which consists of the Program Manager and the Technical Leader teams. Definitions are based on Lean project management, and you may enter in the names if you choose to enter a Program Manager in these 3 fields here if you have more than one, or if you choose to, you can cancel this and populate the names directly into the cells here. These fields are not required. Project Leader. A Project Leader is required. Project Leader is part of the project management team. This is the person, the lead transactional transformational conductor of the team, and is the person responsible for focusing the efforts of the group toward a common goal, enabling the group to work as a team. Likewise, you may enter the names in here, but you must enter a name either here in the first block here, or hit cancel and type the name directly into the cell here. This field is required. Technical Leader. Technical Leader is not required, and a Technical Leader is the other half to the project management team. Not all projects may have a Technical Leader. Technical Leader is not required. However, this person may also be the project leader. Please refer to the user guide for a description of the technical leader in further detail. Like the program manager, project leader, you may enter in 3 names if you choose to desire to enter 3 names, or you may cancel and enter the names directly into the cells here. These fields are not required. Project number. When you select the project number field, this project number input box comes up. Now, by default, when you open up a brand new template, you will see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in red in this field here. That is the indication that this template, this Excel file is a template and a number needs to be assigned. Once a number is assigned and you have gone through the process to request a new project number, the field will be populated for you and the email will be sent back to you. So in actuality, this field will already be filled out for you for an existing project. If any time this field needs to be changed, you can upload the new number here, which will reflect into the field here. The historic RDMS project number is not required. The reason this field is here is because if this project had an existing historic Excel file that it needed to be tied to, this is where the link happens. Typically this happens when there's an old file that is retired or canceled or purged, and you need to tie this back so this way you can form a link to the information in the old document. This is rare, and in any case, the likelihood of this box being filled in will be done by the Innovation Strategy team. Please enter the project number here if you're making entry into this field. Project number will be assigned by finance. You are not allowed to assign your own project number. Please follow the steps to request a new project number if you need a new project number. Region. You have the option to choose North America, South America, Asia, Europe, global, or third party. You can choose it with the pull down here to the right. RDMS process stream. Please refer to the user guide to choose which process stream to choose for this field. Please choose from the list provided. You can choose ingot, recycling, technical assistance, or rolling and finishing. RDMS service type. Your options are Type 1, Type 2, Type 3, or technical assistance. The help box provides you a description of each of the types. If you choose technical assistance or Type 1, you must provide a project client. If you choose Type 2, RDMS project client is not required. As you can see in the RDMS project client field, this field explains what to choose. If you choose the RDMS service type, Type 1, or technical assistance, please choose from the list provided to choose the client, which is the same as the plant location from the list provided. If you choose Type 2, This is not required, which is the option at the end of the list. Technical phase, operational phase, and commercial phase describes the maturity of the project. More specifically, technical phase describes the maturity of the project from conception to delivery completion. Although the stages are hierarchical, they are not mutually exclusive to progress linearly from stage 1 to stage 6 in progressive order. By default, the template chooses Research Probe. Please refer to the user guide for detailed description for each of these steps. Operational phase, in concert with the technical phase, is used to describe and determine the maturity and health of the project. Like the technical phase, these steps are hierarchical, however are not mutually exclusive from one stage to the next. The operational phase serves as a benchmark for assessing project maturity in conjunction with the project technical phase. This field represents the project's potential progression within its operational life cycle from awareness to final operational commitment. This field is intended to correlate the project's operational maturity against the technical maturity to assess if both phases are developing at an acceptable rate against one another. Commercial phase, like the operational phase, commercial phase is hierarchical. The commercial phase serves as a benchmark for assessing project maturity as the operational phase is. This field represents the project's potential progression within its commercial lifecycle from awareness to final business case, solidification, RFA commitment. This field is also intended to correlate the project's commercial maturity against the technical maturity to assess if both phases are developing at an acceptable rate against one another. For example, you do not want the project to mature faster than the commercial team is able to mature within the commercial phase. Or the other way around. Please refer to user guide for detailed description for the technical, operational, and commercial phases. Project status. You have 4 options here for project status: active, complete, deferred inactive, or canceled. A project is canceled when the record is no longer valid and the record no longer exists. There's no reason to keep the record. The record has been purged, no longer valid for retention. There's a difference between canceled and deferred because the canceled record is a purged record. Deferred inactive means that there's no more resources assigned to the project and the project remains dormant. Project may go active again, which is why we have a deferred inactive status. There's no resources billed to the project when the project is deferred. Lastly, active and complete. Project is active when we're billing resources to the project. Project is complete when the project is mature. And the project no longer requires resource investment. Project type. Please refer to the user guide for detailed description of each of these options here. You have to choose from base development, new project development, product care, customer specific, novella specific, new process development, environmental health and safety, sustainability. This field is required. Project size. Choose whether the project is small, medium, or large. Project size is not slave to any particular time scale. The purpose of project size is merely to identify in a realistic, non-problematic state whether the project is a short duration from start to finish, medium duration, or is an investment in a large campaign commitment from start to finish. Project risk. Low risk, medium risk, high risk. A low risk project is a project in new development, has the highest probability of success. Medium risk, moderate probability of success, and high risk is typically new technology, which has the greatest likelihood that the project will not succeed. Project health. Project health is a subjective field controlled within the timeline worksheet. You cannot change this field from the charter worksheet. This is merely an indication of how the project is progressing. Lastly, the project description. Please provide in this space a description of the project. Please allow for the description to be meaningful, and please remain within the limits of the space provided. If this is a recycling project, and this project involves alloy volumes, please indicate those volumes in here as well. As you can see by example, I'm going to disable the help boxes for this example. Now a menu option. When you select the menu, this pop-up box comes up. You have three options here: PowerPoint generation, spreadsheet formatting, valuation analysis. Valuation analysis is not available in this version of the charter. This is a future version enhancement that is under development. PowerPoint generation takes the content of this charter and puts it into standard templates for standard reviews or custom reviews that you can choose from this pull down here. You can create a PowerPoint for a company critical review using the content within this charter through this option. You can also create a PowerPoint for disruptive review proposal or disruptive review status update or a recycling review as well. If you choose to create a general PowerPoint using the contents of this charter, please choose this option here and provide a name for your PowerPoint. You will need to populate all these fields under review details. But notice that when you choose a presentation that's already filled in here, like company critical review, that these dates automatically fill in. If you choose to add a custom name to your presentation, this is where you would enter it. Likewise, disruptive review, same thing. In this example, I'm going to create a PowerPoint for the company critical review. And in this section here, which says Target PowerPoint File, I'm going to search for the template that I already have saved in my documents in my computer locally. You can search for it if you already have it saved, or if you don't have it saved, you can simply find it by going to our Innovation Strategy homepage, and downloading the template. Once you downloaded the template to your My Documents directory on your computer locally, you can search for the template, looks like I found it, or you can type in the path for the template here. In this case, I have the template saved into My Documents. The name of the template is GRT Standard Technical Template, which is also located in the document library in the Innovation Strategy SharePoint homepage. I'm going to select OK. PowerPoint has been generated. This option also can generate PowerPoints for the Disruptive Review Proposal, Disruptive Review Status Update, and Recycling Review, as well as a custom general PowerPoint for a general review. The next worksheet here, Spreadsheet Formatting, releases several options for you. The last option, Display FY16 Resources, has been disabled. If you believe the project to be a disruptive project that meets the potential for disruption, you can release the disruptive framework through this option here. Notice that you only have 4 worksheets exposed: User Guide, Charter, Timeline, and Register. When you select Display Disruptive Framework, the Disruptive Potential worksheet exposes, as well as the SWOT worksheet. I'm going to close and show you these 2 worksheets. Please refer to the tutorial for filling out a disruptive potential analysis. Back to spreadsheet formatting, scoping document. The scoping document defines parameters of the project across a number of dimensions. It is used to support project effort evaluation and planning, as well as a detailed requirements definition. This document is not required and by default suppressed as a hidden worksheet within the Charter template. If you wish to expose this worksheet, simply select Display Scoping Document, and you will see the scoping worksheet exposed. Hit Close, and you will see several additional fields will show up for this worksheet. Please refer to the user guide for detailed description for these fields. Within the scoping worksheet, if you choose to release sub-scoping document segments, please select this option here. In which case, you can select multiple sub-documents. So for this example, I'm going to generate 3. Okay. The next worksheet we're going to talk about is a timeline worksheet. Timeline worksheet is the same as the timeline worksheet in the 2014 version of the Charter template. In the timeline worksheet, you're basically going to see the same fields that's going to mirror a Gantt chart feel. It basically takes the start date and end date for a milestone and displays it as a graphic. Displays it in calendar year as well as quarter. And you also have an option here for slip date if you end up not being able to achieve the end date. Please refer to the user guide for an explanation of all these fields. The addition to this Next Generation Charter is this new option here for Verify Timeline. In the Verify Timeline button, you see an option to check the timeline and rebuild the timeline. When you check the timeline, it's going to look for errors and inconsistencies in this worksheet. In this case, I have a problem. I have not entered a color code for line 12, and it's going to ask me for it. I can choose to ignore it or fix it with Rebuild Timeline. It's going to check it again, and then it's going to fix everything for me. Last worksheet is the Register worksheet. The Register worksheet serves as a project management log for activities related to the current project. The table is structured to capture activities to include related record dates, statuses, related timeline milestone, issue identification, and action plan to address the activity identified. Please use the Register to journalize developments in the project that require explanation. This worksheet is basically a guide and a tool for project managers to record events that occur within the project. One of the added features, because this worksheet is similar to the 2014 template, is this one field for correlated milestone and tasks. This field here basically looks at the timeline worksheet and gives you an option for those milestone tasks within the timeline worksheet. In this case, The only one that comes up is this one called example tasks. If you look back in the timeline worksheet, you will notice that under the milestone tasks column, example tasks is the only one that's listed here. The reason why this is here is so that as you're recording an incident or an event, you can tie it back to a milestone within the timeline worksheet. So there's correlation between the details within the register and the actual Gantt timeline in the timeline worksheet. Okay, that's the next generation charter. I want to go back to the charter user guide to let you know if you have any questions regarding the next generation charter or have any questions in filling out any of the fields in the next generation charter. Please refer to the charter user guide. The user guide is detailed and explains things that I have not covered in this tutorial. So if you have any questions, you can refer to user guide first and fill this out. But of course, with everything, you can always contact me via Office, mobile, or email, or contact our department at innovationstrategy@novellus.com if you have any questions. Thank you very much.